Services. I'm here again to provide you with some useful information, and I say useful. Hopefully, you find that useful and educational that you can leverage to help you either reduce your tax liability or possibly get you a refund. And as tax professionals at Discover Tax Services, that's what we do. We are here to help you identify those credits and deductions that will possibly help you. Today, we'll be talking about credits. Um, Pretty much trying to, identify possibly what credits you could qualify for. And hopefully, as we go through this presentation, we can help you see, pretty much identify what's out there. And when you go to file your taxes, you can ask, relevant questions. Whether you come to us or go somewhere else to file your taxes, it's important that you know what's on your taxes and what you could possibly, benefit from. And that's something that we do at Discover Tax Services, help you identify the credits you're eligible for and possibly reduce your tax liability or give you a refund. So feel free to stop by our offices or reach us. We serve all states, and we are both local and we have our virtual operation as well. So you can always reach out. As usual, this session is meant for informational purpose only. It's not to serve as legal advice to you or help you to let's say solve your tax problem. If you have any issue, please check the IRS website or seek professional advice. So what is a tax credit? So a tax credit helps you is designed to help you reduce pretty much your tax liability directly. So if you owe taxes or at the end of the year, when you file your taxes, um, you have qualified credits. Those credits can apply to your taxes and either reduce the taxes or at the end of the day, if you have more credits than the tax liability you have, um, you can get a refund. How does that work? Let's say you owe $5,000 in taxes and you have your tax preparer, your tax professional identify a total of $10,000 worth of credit. At the end of the day, those credits are applied to that tax liability you have. So your $5,000 subtracted from the $10,000 worth of credit. At the end of the day, you walk away with a refund in that case. Now, let me be clear. Not all credits are refundable. Now, if a credit is refundable and it wipes out your tax liability, the rest of it you get as a refund. So, like in this scenario of this $5,000 against your total credit of $10,000, you get a $5,000 refund if that credit is fully refundable. Like last year, you had the child tax credit up to $3,000 or 3,600, depending on the situation. Um, those credits were fully refundable, even though they have been taken away, with the updates in the let's say tax law. But they were fully refundable, so you could get that money. And so that's how those refundable credit work. If it is refundable, you walk away with that difference once your liability is, wiped out. Now, you might be asking yourself, which credits am I, eligible for, or how can I, determine what credits, I qualify for? It depends. There are many, many factors, for qualifying for these credits. Um, it could be, earned income. Take for instance, like in the case of the earned income credit. We'll talk about that, later. But it requires earned income. So it means that you got to have earned income in order to qualify for that credit. So, like I said, to qualify for any of these credits, there are multiple factors. And so you have to go through those factors to determine what you qualify for and what you do not qualify for. And that's why we as professionals are here to help you identify the credits that you qualify for, to be able to, apply that to your tax liability, um, maybe possibly to reduce your tax burden, or to, at the end of the day, get you a refund. It could be, dependence as, condition for you qualifying. So you got to have, a dependent on your tax, taxes, your tax return, to be able to qualify for certain credits. Tuition out of pocket, like in the case of the American Opportunity Act. At the end of the day, you got to be in a 4-year college to be able to, qualify for such, such credit. Expense for, dependent care. In the case of businesses, it could be the location of the business, because government tend to encourage businesses to locate in certain areas so that those areas can have jobs as well. So the government will give you breaks for locating your business in certain areas. But we'll discuss those business credits in a separate video. A separate video will take care of that discussion. So yeah, these are all conditions for qualifying for these various credits. There are many, many factors, and that's why you go to a tax professional to help you prepare your taxes, because they can go through all of these to determine exactly what you qualify for. Now, the different types of credit. I already mentioned, earned income credit, but that's just one credit that you could qualify for. You have earned income credit, you have the child tax credit, additional child tax credit. Um, the way the additional child tax credit works is, once the child tax credit is applied against your tax liability, the difference becomes that additional child tax credit. Because with the child tax credit, if it is greater than your tax liability, once the tax liability is wiped out, you get nothing there. So that difference, then transition to the additional child tax credit, and you can get that difference through the additional child tax credit for this tax year. So we're going back to the $2,000, child tax credit, and out of that 2,000, you have 1,500 that is refundable. And so you can get that through the additional child tax credit. But again, you know, ask your tax preparer about these credits, and they will, they might. It depends on the tax professional. They might share light on what they are doing for you, the credits they're identifying for you. But if you were to come to us as we file your taxes, we also try to educate you on these things so that you know exactly what you have on your taxes. Um, Dependent care credit. That's expenses that you make for taking care of your babies. It could be your child going to daycare and what have you. You need to deduct those expenses, to help reduce your tax liability. The government knows that you spend money to take care of the kids while you go to work, so they provide these different credits to help you. The same thing applies to the American Opportunity tax credit. So that credit um, requires you or your kid to be in a 4-year college, and again, that's a credit that could possibly help reduce your tax liability and possibly give you a refund, because if you bundle all these credits together, um, it can be substantial. It just depends what you qualify for. So I would suggest, instead of trying to go through these by yourself, seek advice from a tax professional. You can call us at Discovery Tax Services. Um, you can, go to our website, which is www.discoverytaxservices.com. Let me just put that on the screen for you so that you can note that, because at the end of the day, we want you to be able to get all the credits um, you deserve. Because if you qualify for credit, there's no need leaving money on the table. So yes, you can go to our website, discoverytaxservice.com, and you'll be able to set, appointments there. Or you can call us, or even just, email us. Again, we are both local, and we provide, virtual services as well. We are here to help you. So feel free to reach out to us, and we'll be more than glad to answer, questions for you, and, help you maximize your refund or reduce your tax liability. That's all we have for you today. So I hope you find something useful in this. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact us, or, email us, and we'll be more than glad to, to respond to you, to reach out and help. Thank you for watching. You have a blessed day.